If you're not sure what each nail implement is for, this is the video for you. I'm going to show you what they're for and how to use them properly. So the first implement that I'm going to show you is our clippers. Now, you're probably sitting there thinking, Karen, I know how to use a clipper. I know how to cut my toenails. I know how to cut my fingernails, and you probably do. But I just want to give you some little hints and tricks to show you and make it a little bit easier. So we do have two different clippers. We have the larger one and the smaller one, and both of them have a nice handle on them. So they've got a little bit of a grip, so when you are clipping your nails, you're not going to have that tool slide out of your hand. So you have a really good grip on there. So again, both of them have that grip on both sides. They both have the little loop on the back so that you can put those on your keychain if you want to take them along with you, just to make things a little bit easier. Now, we do have the large size and the small size. Now, normally people tend to think that the larger one is for toenails and the smaller one is for fingernails, but I tend to use them kind of interchangeably. So if you're working on, say, a larger nail or a big toenail, then I would go with the larger clipper. And you can notice that they do have a rounded edge, so it's not going to cut straight across. It is going to cut just a little bit of a rounded shape to that nail. Now, if you have maybe a smaller nail that you're working on, a little smaller fingernail, or even a really small toenail, that's where I actually like to use the smaller clippers. So that way I can get right in there, clip that nail nice and short. And again, on those smaller little toenails, it's going to work a lot better than trying to use that larger toenail clipper to get in, especially down towards those edges. So you can definitely interchange them, use them what's comfortable for you. But like I said, on the larger nails, using the larger clipper. On the smaller ones, definitely use that smaller clipper. Now, you can also use the clippers if you're working with our full cover tips or our press-on nails. So if you want to shorten those up, change the shape at all, then I would go with the larger size. And sometimes on those full cover tips or the press-ons, I like to start on one side and I'll clip one side and then I'll come back over to the other side and clip that other side. When you're cutting a tip, you want to make sure that you're not trying to cut the whole thing all at once, because what can happen is it can actually bend that tip and it could maybe put a little crack right down the center, and we don't want to do that. Okay, so again, fingernail clippers, toenail clippers, pretty straightforward, but just a couple of little tricks to make your life a little bit easier. So when you're done using them, they can be stored back in the pouch again. Make sure to wash them with soap and water or disinfect as needed. The next tool that we have is one of our glass implements. So this is our file. And glass implements are actually really nice and durable. They're going to work really well for those natural nails. Now, our glass file has the grit on one side, not both sides. So as you're using them, you always want to make sure that you're obviously working with the side that has the grit to it. So when you're holding the file, you're always going to have your thumb underneath the logo. So you're going to be able to see the YN through that glass file. So your thumb is going to be underneath. And this one you can go through and you can file back and forth. It's not like the old techniques where you have to go in one direction, or that's what they told you way back when. This one will file nice and smooth in both directions, so you can use that to even shorten up those nails just a little bit if you need to, but clean up that edge. Now, the glass file is going to leave a really nice smooth surface at that free edge. It's not going to leave a rough edge, and you can use it to clean up those corners, round out the nail, or just smooth out the free edge that you have. So really nice, smooth, even finish on the edge. You can also use this again on those little toenails, or giving a pedicure. You can use this right around those tiny little nails as well. Again, it's going to give that really nice smooth finish, so you don't even necessarily have to buff that free edge. It's going to kind of seal that nail just in with the file. Now, again, if you are working with those full cover tips or press-ons, you can also use that to smooth out those edges as well. Again, just using a little bit of pressure. You're probably going to use a little bit more pressure when you're working over any kind of a tip than you would on a natural nail, but you're still going to get that nice, smooth, even finish at the end. So you do want to make sure that you are still cleaning it before you put it back into the pouch. Now this, I would use a manicure brush. Make sure that you do clean out that excess dust out of there. Again, washing with soap and water is going to also help to clean out some of that dust and file bits out of that file. So once you have that clean, go ahead and pop that back into the pouch. snap that shut, and this also has the little ring on the back so that you can keep that on your keychain as well. Next tool that we have, and you guys, I think this is probably my favorite out of our whole entire collection here. This is our cuticle pusher. So it is a dual-ended tool. So you'll notice on one end, it's got that little bit of a slant to it. That's gonna be for actually pushing those cuticles back. So if you're trying to get your cuticles nice and cleaned up, you can use that to push back. So right now I'm using that angle down to the nail. You can also use that angle up if you need to get up a little bit tighter up into that cuticle area or anything like that. Up into those sides, again, either angling it down or even flip that over to get right up into that cuticle area. Now, the other end is actually my favorite part of this tool, and it is a very fine point, so you do want to be a little bit more gentle with it because it does have almost a sharp edge. So you want to make sure that you're not poking into your nail or anything like that. But if you kind of think about it like using a pencil, you can work right up around that cuticle area and down along those sidewalls to really get a lot of that dead cuticle or that dead protein growth cleaned out from that nail. So again, coming around those edges, I really like to use it for those edges, really cleaning out that cuticle. Now notice on the tool, it has a smooth edge right through the center for you to hold on to, but then on the ends, it does have a little bit of grit, a little bit of texture to it. It's a very fine grit, but it still has a little bit of grit. And that is what is gonna help to really slough off that dead cuticle from your nail. So same thing as our other tools, make sure to wash with soap and water and disinfect as needed before you replace that into the case. Now with this one, because it has that really sharp point, I always put that end in first, so that way it's not going to be poking out the end or possibly break off that end. So always store that with that point in first. Now I know I said that the other tool may have been my favorite, but you guys, our cuticle nippers are amazing. So take a look at these. Again, they have a nice pouch to keep them in. Always store your nippers in this pouch so that they stay safe. It also has a little plastic protective piece on the end here. Don't throw that away. Hang on to that, so that way when you're not using your nippers, you can always store that in there. Again, to keep the point of your nippers safe. So if you were to be using your nippers, or maybe you just had them on your countertop or something and you drop them, that point, it's a very, very sharp point and a very delicate point. So if you were to drop those and bend that point, the nippers themselves may not close properly and work properly. So make sure that when you are storing your nippers that you are always storing them with that little cover on so that you're never going to damage that point. This is a larger jaw. It's about a quarter jaw. So what that means is that you've got enough space where you can use just the point of the nipper to get maybe a little tiny piece of skin here, maybe a little cuticle that's hanging. Or you also have a little bit more length to that blade where you can actually come in maybe along the side here and clip as needed. Now you do want to be careful. You don't want to just be clipping all the way around that cuticle area. Only clip what's kind of flapping back and forth. I always say only clip what's waving at you. So if you have a little cuticle that's kind of flapping back and forth and waving at you, that's what you want to clip off. You don't want to be trying to clip all the way around the cuticle. Again, before you store, clean out anything that you've nipped off and wash with soap and water and disinfect as needed. Replace that little plastic cap to keep the blade safe, and then you can store that back into the pouch. Okay, so the next tool we have is the Skinrefine glass hand file. What this is for is really for more so, I would say, pedicures and things like that, but it's also good if you have calluses on your hands. So you can use this again on the hands, on the feet, working anywhere that you have a little bit of callus. Now you can hold it kind of like you would hold a regular file. I like to hold it either on the sides or just kind of in between my fingers like that. And that way I can go through and either work in a back and forth or even a circular motion to help to clean up some of that dry callousy skin. Now, if you have really bad calluses, maybe along your cuticle areas and sides here, depending on what type of work you do. If you're using your hands a lot and you have a lot of that callus or dry skin, you can also use it up in there. Now on feet, for your pedicures, if you're cleaning up your feet, you can use that again in between if you get any little bit of callus in between those toes and things like that. So it's just a nice, easy tool to use to get right in between those toes and clean that up in between. A little bit of callus on those sides even. A lot of times you can just work right along that edge. Okay, so just nice and quick and easy to help slough off some of that dry callus. This one doesn't have its own little carrying case, but again, when you're finished using it, wash with soap and water and disinfect as needed. Okay, one more pedicure implement, and this one is our foot file. And again, another glass tool. Now this one has the smooth side with the logo on it, and that's the side that you're gonna hold. On the other side, you do have two ends that both have grit to them. Now, when I'm working on pedicures and when I'm working on my own feet, I like to hold this a little bit more with that smaller end right in the palm of my hand. And then I kind of use the rest of my fingers to guide that if I'm using the large end. Now this is going to be for your heels, it's going to be for maybe the ball of your foot, anywhere that you have those kind of callus areas as well. So again, hold that in the palm, and then I just kind of support the rest of it through with my fingers. And then I can use that to scrub away some of that dead callus. Now, it also has the grit on the smaller end as well. So again, if you're working on in between the toes or in those smaller areas and things like that, you can grab on to the wider end and use that smaller end again to clean up those calloused areas as well. When you're working on the calloused areas, I usually like to soak the feet first, or if you're working on your own feet in the shower, give your feet a little bit of chance to kind of soften up in the water, and then it's going to help to slough off some of that, that dead skin a little bit easier. And you do want to kind of rinse this as you go, because as you're filing a little bit, it is going to kind of build up some of that dead skin in the grit. So you do want to rinse that out as you're going. If you need to, again, you can use a manicure brush to scrub that out, but usually it's going to just rinse out nice and clean as you're working. But again, just like all of our other tools here, once you're finished with it, wash with soap and water and disinfect as needed. Again, this can go back into the little carrying case and you're good to go. Okay, one last tool is our Polish Perfector Detail Brush. Now, I know I've said that other products or other tools here have been my favorites. Maybe I can't decide on my favorite, but you guys, this one is a lifesaver. This is an amazing brush to use when you are working on polishing, whether it's traditional polish, gel polish, whatever you're working with. This is going to be a great tool to help to clean up around your edges. If we can take a nice close look at this, you can see that the brush itself is a slight angle. So it's got a slight angle to it, and it's crimped right through the base of it here. So if we look at it from the side, it's going to be flat. So that's going to be how you're going to position that brush right up around that cuticle. So you're going to just be able to pull that brush through that cuticle area, all the way up and around to clean off some of that polish. Okay, let me actually show you how well this works. So I know that red polish is really probably one of the most challenging colors to polish with. People tend to hate to do red polish because a lot of times if it does get up onto the skin, they may accidentally get a little bit of that polish up on the skin, or they may get a little bit too close to that cuticle area and it runs and it bleeds. So that's the purpose of our Polish Perfector Detail Brush. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to either take our onto the next polish remover, and I'm going to pump a little bit of that up into the top cup up here, and you can use that right from the top cup. Otherwise, you can also pour a little bit of that polish remover into a glass dapping dish, so whichever is going to be easier for you. Dab a little bit of that on into the brush, and I also like to have a little extra lint-free wipe right next to me, so I'm going to dab out just a little bit of that extra. I don't want to wipe out all of that because I want that polish remover in the brush, but I don't want to flood that onto the nail. So just gently touch a little bit of that out of there, and then again you can come right around that cuticle area, just like a little eraser. clean out that extra. Take a little bit more polish remover, dab out just a little tiny bit. And then I'm going to come around from the other side here. Dab out a little bit of that excess. Right up around that cuticle. Clean up all the way around there. Now, again, if you're working on yourself, it is a great tool on yourself. You can come right up around those edges, nice and clean. If you need to, you can turn your finger around to get to the other side, because sometimes it's a little bit tricky to get to that other side. So go ahead and turn the whole finger around, and you'll be able to clean up that polish perfectly. So those are some basic details and how to use our implements. Hopefully this is going to help you do some better and cleaner manicures and pedicures.